Hello, Year 8s. Let's do some more algebra. The topic of this lesson is substituting numbers into algebra equations. So I'm going to start with an example from the textbook about Aussie rules football. So just in case you're not familiar with that, the points that you score, you get scribbled on that. You get 6 points for every goal you kick, and you get 1 point for every behind you kick. So I know that if I told you that you kicked 4 goals and got 3 behinds, that you could work out your score. But what I want you to do is be able to write an expression, an equation, in fact, to match that information. Okay, so pause the video, write an equation to work out the number of points you get from any number of goals, number of behinds. All right, it's going to be number of points is equal to, and I said goals were worth 6 points. So you get 6 points for every goal, and you get 1 point for every behind. But because it's the number 1, we don't write it. If we put a B there, we know that there's 1 B there. So the number of points you get is 6 lots of the number of goals you kick, and 1 for each behind. So that example, what did we kick? 4 goals, 3 behinds. Now, I know that you can do this in your head, but it's important that you learn to do it properly so that when the questions get harder, you know how to do the process. So we're going to rewrite that. So to do this in your head, you're going to go, well, 6 points for every goal. I got 4 goals. That's 24 points. So we're going to go 6 times the number of goals plus where B is, I'm going to write the number 3. So you're substituting this G for the number that we now know, which is number 4, and you're substituting the B for the number we know, which is 3. And then you can work out your number of points. 6 4s are 24, plus 3 is 27. Your team has 27 points. So just like working with area and perimeter, you're writing a formula, you're substituting when you know the value of G, the value of B, you're substituting them into the equation. So we're going to just go straight to the textbook. Trying to pause the video. We're going to be on page 271, exercise 5B. It's worth pausing the video and grabbing those textbooks. When you're ready, come back. So exercise 5B, and you're going to write the question number like I've done here and circle it. I want to know which question you're working on. It's written in your book. Part A, and the question says, substitute the following values of x into the expression 7x plus 2. So I've written it up here so I can see it because I can't have the textbook and the whiteboard open at the same time. So for A, x is 4. So you're going to start by writing 7x plus 2. And then you're going to substitute the x for 4. So you're going to write 7 lots of 4 plus 2. If you prefer, you can just write 7 times 4. I always use brackets when I substitute because sometimes it's negatives and it's just easier to see what you're doing, I find. 7 4s are 28, plus 2, that's 30. You can do that bit in your head if you can, or you do it in steps, depending on how good you are at doing stuff in your head. Part B, no, we're not going to do B, it's the same. I'm going to jump to F for the examples. And in F, x is negative 6. So you're going to start writing the same thing, 7x plus 2 equals 7 lots of negative 6 plus 2. So 7 times negative 6, remember, if you're multiplying a positive and a negative, your answer is going to be negative. So 7 6s are 42. So that would make that negative 42 plus 2 isn't minus 40. You can use your calculator for these, but I do want you to write them out. It's really important. I know I said it in the last topic and most of you didn't do it. I want you to write the question out properly. Okay. Question 6. Let me see what it says. Oh, so this time you're given a value. A equals 4 and B equals minus 3. I can see more negative multiplying stuff coming up here. So part A says 5A plus 4, and you're asked to find the value. I think, what's the question? Substitute A is 4 and B is minus 3 into each of the following, but you're going to be finding the value. So question 7 says evaluate, question 8 says evaluate. That just means find the value, which is what we're doing here. So, and when you've written out the equation, you're going to go equals underneath and you're going to substitute. So this is 5 lots of, well, A is worth 4, so 5 lots of 4 plus 4 equals 5 4s are 20 plus 4, that's 24. Then I saw part D, and it's a little bit more complicated. It says AB minus 4 plus B. Now remember, what's really important here, if you're finding that this is difficult, if that looks difficult, I want you to write it anyway, and then I want you to substitute the numbers anyway. If you struggle to do the maths, the next bit, at least do the first 2 steps, and your calculator can do most of this for you if you need it to. So A is 4, so this is 4 times, and B is negative 3, and I'm putting the negative in brackets so that I don't get confused. Minus 4 plus negative 3. Now it looks complicated, but we just use rule of order, just the way you've done all along. It's red here. I'm going to start with multiplying. Remember the rule of order, the order of operation, or whatever we called it. Multiplication comes before addition. So we're going to look at this bit first. And I'm just going to do that step. 4 times minus 3. Oh, should be in green. 4 times minus 3 is minus 12. Then we're taking 4 away. That's the next step. Take away 4. And adding a negative is the same as taking away. So that's take away 3. And we end up with minus 12. Take away 4. So minus 13, 14, 15, 16. Take away another 3. That's minus 19. I want you to do questions 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then if you finish that, go back to exercise 5A and do the ones that you didn't finish there. Have fun, and I will see you Monday.